got another book review for you. This is Have More Money Now by WWE star John Bradshaw Layfield. And I've got to admit, I did not make it all the way through this book. Probably not only because of I have no interest in wrestling whatsoever, but also because this is more of a memoir than it is a financial advice book. The first half is just, maybe the first third, is just pictures of him basically doing like football-y stuff and wrestling stuff. And it does talk about him finding himself kind of broken down on the side of the road with like $14 in his pocket, even though he had just played football for some university, and he made a lot of money that year, but he just wasted it all. So from that perspective of even rich people can be stupid with money, I found that interesting. However, as he keeps going on, he just kind of keeps talking about more wrestling stuff. I don't care. And he does kind of insert some kind of common sense, but like really, really common sense advice. Like, my advice is to carry just enough cash for what you need today. Spending extra cash may seem insignificant over time, but over the course of the month, it can become quite a sum. That's not budgeting. That's not budgeting. That's not having a budget. That's just carrying less money on you. So he's got like little expense worksheets, and they've got all these like layaways and boats and houses and appliances and yeah, he talk. It's not a good budget sheet like Dave Ramsey's or like many others I've seen. It's because this man was rich, even though he spent more money than he made. He had a lot of money. He still talks about continually making bad money decisions, but not really regretting them. So eventually he stopped spending as much as he made, but there's not a lot of financial advice in here. I don't think he has a lot in common with the common man or woman, because even though he went broke, he was still a WWE wrestler or a football player at any given time, and he still had this giant income that he could fix his problems with once he adjusted and actually made a budget. So I didn't actually make it all the way through this book. I flitted through the rest of it. He talks about, I got bored. I'm sorry. I tried for you guys. But basically it was, if you make multiple millions a year, maybe try to live on some of that, not more than that. And he does have one good chapter. It was called You Can't Crash Diet or Crash Budget. And that was, I think we all figured that out among, when we started budgeting, that you can't suddenly, if you're spending $400 or $500 a month on food, you can't suddenly spend $100 a month on food. You can't do that. You have to work yourself down. And that was decent, but he didn't even really say that well. So I hope he doesn't come after me and put me in a headlock like the guy on the back of the book, but I'm not sure we should take financial advice from WWE wrestlers, is the thing. So, and maybe this would be a more enjoyable book if you knew who this guy was, because I don't really know who this guy is. I've never seen a wrestling match with him in it or a football match with him in it, because I don't watch those sports. But maybe if you were a guy and this would be, you made a lot of money or something, I don't know. I want to return this now. So I got it from the library. I just found it here. I didn't look this up. I just found it and I was like, oh, this looks like fun. So 1 out of 4. Budget Girl, Penny Pigs. If you're a wrestling fan or a football fan, maybe you would gather some advice from it, but maybe if you're a multimillionaire, you don't need advice either. So, all right, More Money Now by John Bradshaw Layfield. I drew Dave instead and just kind of let this guy keep wrestling. So.